in TV land? It's your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. And how are you all doing on this fine and wonderful and glorious Sunday afternoon? I actually was going to record this one just a little bit earlier, but was still performing my digital media conversion, and yeah, I started something off without thinking about how long it was going to take. And that interesting thing to note, as it was copying from disk to the hard drive, I had brought this up, and then it caused the camera to freeze, and no matter what, I had to basically restart the entire environment, the virtual guest host, in order to get the camera back on. So I thought I should probably wait until the disk copying was done before I tried recording this, and so it did just finish. And I said it took about 5 hours. I was going to say 5 hours for a Blu-ray conversion, and then like, let's say 3 hours for an actual Blu-ray disc rip. But as it turns out, well, one, I'm probably actually not upping the read speed on the disc, so that would speed things up. But it doesn't matter because the actual conversion from the MKV format to MP4 that still takes a long time. But that was those numbers were for a TV series disc, and I tried it with actually just a movie, and that was a lot shorter. I think it was only 3 hours for the actual conversion because there's less data, and I'm gonna say an hour and a half for the disc read. Although this is interesting, I could probably speed this up because at least the pattern I've noticed is that what is it? One of the titles is actually like the full length thing, and then the rest are the individual chapters. So obviously I would probably only need the full length one, or just all the titles, but not both. But I'm doing both just to be thorough. Let's go ahead and set things up. You had enough jibber jabber for me yesterday, I imagine. So how are you all doing on this? I already said it was a fine and glorious and wonderful Sunday afternoon. How am I doing, you ask? Oh, well, that is so very thoughtful. I'm glad that somebody actually is interested in how I'm doing. Honestly interested. Of course, I'm just making this up in my head, so hey, sometimes you make your own reality. That's not true. Reality is reality. Sometimes basically you make your own filter on reality. Is really what it is. Well, fortunately, as you can tell today, I'm not feeling like it's a blech kind of day. But I am not, as the hippies would say, overflowing with positive vibes. I imagine most people will say, well, just because the vacation's ending, you got to go back to work tomorrow. I don't have to. I could take another vacation day, but I'm gonna go back to I am going to go back to work tomorrow, and hopefully do something productive and useful. I guess I'm not overflowing with positive vibes, mostly because I didn't have extremely high expectations for my vacation. There really was only one thing I wanted to do. Well, two actually. One was to relax from my training and diet and hopefully not gain too much weight. Did not succeed at that. And the other is just a more personal thing, but was not able to accomplish that either. Unfortunate. Muy malo, as they would say. Where would they say it? South of the border? In places where tacos and burritos rain down from the heavens. Let's see, what is this? This is Parallax. Let's double check to make sure. If I remember correctly, we were cleaning up technical debt. Projects, UI, UI-template parallax. So let's start it up. I believe we had finished up all the technical debt, so we're just going to double check that, and then we'll move on to the next template, and then hopefully we'll have enough time for the other template. If not, meh. Like I said, it's not a blech kind of day. It's more like a meh kind of day now. I'd probably be doing a lot better if I did my training. And I really should have resumed my training today, but I did not. Why? Well, because it's a meh kind of day. That's the unfortunate thing of coming off of the training period, or the rest period, is reinstating the necessary discipline. But at the very least, physical conditioning is a marathon and not a sprint, even though I'm not training for a marathon. Well, the marathon of life, I suppose. But you never know if your life's going to be a marathon or if it's going to be a race. Alright, so as we can see, new warnings. That is good. Let's go ahead and switch views. And still no warnings. Good. Shouldn't be any difference between views 2 and 3. Actually, there is. So let's just go ahead. Still no warnings. Good. Let's try to navigate to the same view again. I know I took care of that one. That's fine. And let's see if the external link works. Without a warning, it does. That's fine. Okay. So we have indeed successfully cleaned up all of the warnings. Is there a lag? It feels like there's a lag between what I'm saying and what's appearing on camera. And I know you all have the highest of standards, which is why you're here, so you want the video to match correctly. Alright, so that all matches up. That's fine. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. We don't have any outstanding technical debt. We'll leave the technical debt block, though. Because the next time there is an upgrade, there's going to be more technical debt. Blah, blah, blah. So let's get the status. Okay, get commit-m. Cleaned tech debt. Get status. Git push. I'll ask me for my password. And we're pushed, and we will verify that it is indeed in GitHub. It really should be. Parallax. Last check-in was 29 seconds ago. Alright. So that's good. Now we can move on to the next thing. I'm opening this right now because all these issues, all the warnings are going to be the same for the other ones because they're all based off common stuff. So let's keep this handy so I can look for the solutions and live up to my title of Captain Cut and Paste. Like, for example, this is the first one, right? Use and experience true. That's the big one. Although, actually, I need to make sure that I replace the right ones with the right things. So let's go here. I clicked. I'm pretty certain I clicked. Yes, I did. Change the versions because we're still at 0.0 and not 0.1. That would be, technically that would be more technical debt, upgrading to the latest package, but one thing at a time, one thing at a time. It really doesn't become a problem until it's, until NPM is actually telling you, hey, you really should upgrade, or the warnings. Alright, so now we're going to, which one are we doing next? Pure? Let's go with pure. Okay. So according to this, we still have the typography variant, Facebook on hover. Those are the same things from the other one. And if I remember correctly, for part of the variant solution, two-part. One, we have to tell it to use next variants, and two, we actually have to remove the old references. And then, what was the Facebook fix? The hover, I think I had to set the width and height, but I forgot on what. But let's go ahead and bring it up and double check just to make sure those things are still actually issues, which they really should be. Yeah. Wrong slash. Yeah, a meh kind of day. Meh kind of vacation overall. At least I had good food and I spent time with some family and time off from work. I mean, that's good. You gotta look at the positives. But then on the other hand, the things that you really want. Well, that's just... Is that me being selfish? Is that me being unreasonable? These are the questions you gotta ask because there's always different perspectives. The sad part is I can see it. I can see that maybe I am being unreasonable and selfish. And I can also see on the other hand that I'm not. So, alright, so that still comes up. Double check the warnings, because I know we still have those warnings. It's going to say... Yep, using the deprecated typography. Okay. And the Facebook... is really slow? Actually, it's not even hovering at all. That's, well, nothing's working right now. Something is going on in the background. Of that I am positive. Sort of positive? Mostly positive? Okay, no, that is fine. There we go. There we go. And yeah. Okay, so that is the bottom bar. Let's go ahead and clean that one up first. I know that's bottom bar. Presentational, right? Yeah. Alright. So if I remember correctly, it should be referencing a style that doesn't exist. That's one problem. Link social buttons, right? It references classes.button, and we do not have classes.button defined. Alright, right. But that doesn't matter, because what we really need to change is the root class. Alright, so first we defined button root, there we go, with a width and height of 48 pixels. So I'll add that right, meow. Alright. And then where we rendered the social buttons, there. We set the classes thing, and we set the root class for the button, as opposed to setting the class on the button itself. Alright, so let's see if that takes care of it. But of course, I still don't have my hot loader working correctly, so we're going to have to restart it anyway. But yeah, unreasonable, not unreasonable. See, the danger there, well, obviously if you're being unreasonable, then you're being unreasonable, so that's the obvious danger. But the thing is, there's always the give and take, you know? So if you're always reasonable, you might not ever get anything. Because people will always assume that you're going to be accommodating. But Freelancer Joe is not the kind to like to force an issue. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we've got that working fine, and we still have the deprecated typography variants. So let's take a look at what is actually deprecated. So display is one of them. You know what? Do we still have the warnings? Because the warnings has a link, and the link tells us what the replacement ones are. That's so much better. That's smart. Right? See, there we go. So when I replace things, there we go. So let's look for, first we're going to look for display and see what we got. Yeah, search. Variant equals display. And, oh really, we only have 4 references. Well, that's nice. And they're all display 2, and display 2 should be H3. Display 2 becomes H3. And I got rid of the double quotation marks accidentally. So let's just go ahead and copy that. Bring this up. And I still think something is going on in the background. Oh, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, see, very choppy. Very, very choppy. I wish I could consistently get my style to look right. This is why they have on TV shows and movie sets, you know, people look at them to make sure that they look right. Alright, so we got rid of display. So let's see if we have headline in the mix. We do not. Let's see if we have title in the mix. We do. Quite a few places, actually. And title is supposed to be H6. H6. Alright, there. Much better. So this should hopefully go a lot smoother. Yeah. Look at the time there. Not thinking I'll be able to get 2 templates in. I mean, if I wasn't talking, and if I didn't open up with my normal spiel, as well as my kvetching. Oh, but kvetching is so fun. Sometimes you just gotta get things off your chest. Let's see if we have subheading. And we'll have to look for body 2. And replace it with body 1. And we do have subheading. Nice. Subheading was subtitle 1. Oh. I was going to say something, but I'm not now. And let's see if we have body 2, replace that with body 1. I wonder if I fix that in the other ones. Okay. Body 2 is now body 1. Actually, maybe we will. Maybe we will be able to get this done quick enough. Ugh. Not if I can't type right. Alright. Save all. And, I was contemplating, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that just one more time, just so that we can verify. So, you see that I replaced all the references to the deprecated things. Now, if I restart it, can you guess what's going to happen? Well, you'd probably say it's not going to work, in which case you'd be right. But you're cheating because you're just talking about Freelancer Joe and his first efforts. But the more interesting question is, why won't it work? And that was the thing that was bugging me for such a long time. Well, since I found this, figured out the solution, painfully, you should be able to figure it out too. Or you should already know it too. So even though I replaced all those variants, I still get the warning. Why is that? Because you have to tell it. So here's what my guess is. Now that I'm reading this. So they're going to be making the switch to V2 typography, but they're not doing it just yet. However, to get people prepared for it, they are placing the warning now. So until you start using the next variants, explicitly telling it to use the next variants, it's going to keep spitting out the warning, regardless of whether or not you're using deprecated ones or not. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Okay, so let's see. That was config is where I define my style. So all we have to do is just add this. Really just the one line, but I don't want to type in the comma. Oh, the comma's already there. Never mind. It would have just been the one line. Que sera. And since my hot loader is just not working, we have to restart, and I'm certain I clicked on that. It should bring it up, and then we'll go through the console again, and you know, yeah, definitely meh. I can feel the low energy, the lack of positive vibes. Though one could have negative vibes and still be high energy. You'd have to be kind of wrapped up. And I'm not wrapped up. What are the stages of grieving? Depression is one of them, right? It's anger first, denial. Still loading. I do wonder what's causing the delay. I'm not doing anything else in the background. Normally it's better than this. It might be doing an update behind my back. Very sneaky if it is. Well, you know, even though I'm back to work tomorrow, then Tuesday I'm off, so. And that's why tomorrow is a really good day for me to resume my training. Today would have been the best day. But tomorrow is good too, because if the training has more debilitating effects than anticipated, which is doubtful, then at least on Tuesday, which is New Year's Day, I'll have the day to recover. Although hopefully it's not... Wow, it really is slow. Well, I know I don't need this. I doubt that's taking up much processing time. Yeah, something is competing for resources, and I wish I knew what it was. I bet you it's because I've got the drive, the optical drive connected. I'd yank it, but that might cause some worse things to happen. So we're not gonna yank it. See, I clicked on that. No, it's pretty obvious we're not getting to the second template. third template actually. But hopefully tomorrow I'll remember to not start this up with the drive plugged in. I don't know why it would cause an issue. Oh, wow, really? Oh, never mind. Okay, I was waiting for nothing. Alright, so let's see if we have any warnings. We should not, if I've done my job correctly. And there we go, no warnings. Let's go through the various views. Alright, still no warnings, nice. View 2. Still no warnings, nice. View 3. Still no warnings. Navigate to the same page, because that was an issue before. No warnings. Verify that the Facebook on hover looks right, which it does, and verify that the Facebook external link works, which it does with no warning. Excellent, excellent. Let's Control C that. You know what? I prefer. Oh, really shouldn't have closed that. Projects UI, Parallax. Look at that README again, because I like how I did the block for technical debt, and I would like to be consistent. Go back to the editor. Alright, so we're all fine with this. And this, and this, this, this. I'll leave that open. Typography variant, Facebook on hover, we don't need that. Place that in there. Save it. Git status, git commit-am, clean tech debt. Git push, double check status. Alright, git push will ask me again. No, it remembers, that's good. It's up there, and let's verify that it's up there with pure, and 20 seconds ago. Alright, so that's 2 templates down. That just leaves 1 template. My work in progress for my client, my own website, and my demo site. Alright, but we are just about at the 30-minute mark. Not going to be able to get started on the next template anyway. We could, but by the time it comes up, it'll be time to go. Plus, I think last week, a lot of my episodes went a little long when I was trying to figure this out, so I'm not going to keep you for not much at all. So I'll wrap this up for now. Cool kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. And yeah, tomorrow will be the last template. I might stretch it out for the entire episode. Who knows? Well, I mean, I'm probably not going to be feeling meh. I might feel tired though since I'll be back at work, but yeah, we shall see. Well, you shall see if you join me tomorrow, and I really hope that you do. But until the next time you join me, I hope that you take care and God bless.